Hello, dear listeners and viewers. It's nice to have you with me again, for those of you who are revisiting the channel, and of course a warm welcome if you are new to Flowing with Angels. I hope that you are all doing well. Thank you as always for your love and support for this channel, for your likes, shares, subscriptions, and even your donations. It is greatly appreciated. Today we are going to ask the angels about guidance on attracting deep love if you are currently single and are desiring a new relationship. But this question also applies if you wish to deepen and enhance an existing relationship. Let's take a look at the first cards and runes. The first thing I notice are the beautiful green and pink colors of the cards, which are a reflection of the energy of your heart chakra. When we talk about love, it is not just a thought, not just a feeling, but an energy that originates from and resides in your heart. Because your heart is also the doorway to your connection with spirit and the universe, the eternal and divine flow of love. Love is who you are on the deepest level of your existence. It is important not to reduce love to simply a concept or a condition of how it should look or take shape in your life. The card of contemplation invites you to gently sink into your heart space and to go within. The angels are saying that the attraction of love is an inner process before you can see it reflected around you in others and in the world around you. The pose of the woman on the card, bowing her head, suggests that she is focusing her attention and energy inwards, refraining from outside contact and influences. The yellow ball on the card looks like a sun that is just about to rise. It is not yet positioned high up in the sky, but it feels like its rays are just starting to reach and warm the woman. The sun brings in enlightenment and wisdom. It brings light to the darkness that might have obscured the love that is within you. The Canas rune, which is the first rune at the top that we see here, has a similar meaning. It represents a burning flame or a torch, bringing illumination and clarity. It is like a guiding inner light that brings you wisdom where there is confusion and new creative energy where there is stuckness. What was once hidden is coming to light now with new revelations and insights. With this rune, a long-standing challenge is coming to an end for you, and a solution is starting to come within reach. So the experience of deep love that we are asking about is coming within reach for you with this very fortuitous rune. But this rune also comes with a sacrifice that is required of you. And this sacrifice is the letting go of outdated patterns, beliefs, and habits. In order to attract deep love from others, it is necessary to ignite your own inner flame of light and love first. You need it to allow yourself to be open to new perspectives and opportunities. So there is no more room for continuous drama, stubbornness, or even arrogance. The energy of light and love needs to be able to flow within and through you. I just saw a simple but very true demonstration in a video I saw earlier of how a pulling or pushing movement or energy has the opposite effect, which I would like to share with you here. If you hold a chain of beads in front of you and you pull it towards you, it moves in the opposite direction if you let it go. And if you push the necklace away from you and you let it go, it comes right back to you. So if you pull with an energy of strain and effort to get love into your life, it will just want to get away from you. And if you resist the unwanted or the drama and your own undermining patterns, they will show up in your face time and time again. The angels point out that the energy that you are looking for is one of calmness, centeredness, and wisdom. Allow the metaphorical chain of beads to hang loosely in the middle, in stillness, And from this state of being, you will be able to allow yourself to be guided by the flow of the universe that speaks to you through your own intuition, which is the voice of your heart. The second card, which is called She is the Moon, talks about taking this wisdom and the energy of your inner fire and translate it into action at just the right time. Because the moon speaks of cycles and natural rhythms. There is no need to force anything. Just like a gardener, it is important for you to know when to sow, when to water and nurture the seedlings, and when to reap the harvest. You cannot force or hurry love, as the song goes. Love simply is, and it flows with you and through you. Sometimes it is gentle and soft, and sometimes it is passionate and fiery. It is important not to have a rigid picture or set idea in your mind of what love should look like in your life. It simply cannot be captured in concepts. It is first and foremost your inner state of being. Relationships and outer expressions of love that show up in your life are always a reflection of your own inner love, the love that you are. The second rune that we see here is called Urus, and it represents an ox. And in a spiritual sense, it represents the grounded strength and power that is needed to get you out of a rut. When this rune shows up in a reading, it means that things are going to be set in motion and that there are forces at play that support you in manifesting your desires for love. And to support this flow of new energy and inspiration, it is important to let it happen and not to get in the way. So if you are pushing or pulling on your own, you resist this wonderful and powerful flow that heralds a new beginning with this rune. Urus ensures healing and vitality and the restoration of balance and harmony. Confident action comes from self-understanding and from a stable foundation, which is shown by this rune. And the third rune of Raido that we see here shows movement forwards, but from this place of balance that we saw earlier. It combines the energies of the sun and the moon, which we saw on the cards, and it balances out your inner divine masculine and feminine energies. With this rune, you are about to go on a journey of love, but in the flow of life, and you are encouraged by the angels to see this as a ride towards freedom, of which growth and change are an essential part. You simply cannot stay the same, so be willing to travel, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Let's dive a little bit deeper with some more cards. We are asking the angels how to attract deep love into your life. And now they are showing you the card of time with the keywords presence and self-awareness, combined with the card of the man from the Lenormand deck. What catches my eye is the beautiful green gemstone that is positioned in between the leaves of the thyme plant. And this particular green color reminds me of the prehenite crystal, which is known for creating a connection between the heart and the will, so that all of your actions, as represented by the man card, because your masculine side is all about your presence and action in the physical world, are aligned with the guidance of your heart. When you act from your heart, your actions are always aimed at the highest good of all, and they are always in service of unconditional love. In love, this gemstone represents an energy of calmness, groundedness, and stability that we saw before, ensuring true commitment from the heart, without expectations and conditions, true intimacy through presence, and a deep trust to allow yourself to open up, to be seen and to be loved. Time promotes an invigorating energy of courage to stand up for and to speak your truth, but from an authentic place that can only be reached through being present and grounded. Authenticity really means that you know who you are and that your actions, your thoughts, your emotions, and your spirit on a level of soul are aligned with each other. You are so much more than just your 5 physical senses. On a level of soul, you have your will, your emotions, your affections, and your imagination. And on an even higher level of spirit, there are your prayers, your praise, your faith, and your rituals of worship and meditation. And when all these senses work together and are aligned, you unlock a powerful flow of energy, because you no longer contradict yourself and you no longer conjure up resistance within yourself. So how do you get to this state of inner alignment? With the card of the watering can, the angels are saying, through self-love and healing, with the help of spirits, and sometimes even with the help of other human beings who show up as teachers to bring you inspiration and support, or to teach you soul lessons. The watering can shows that it is important that you nurture yourself and that you treat yourself how you wish to be treated in a spirit of deep love. The angels encourage you to become this beautiful strong tree in full blossom, like we see on the card. When you are like this tree, you do not get pushed out of balance very easily, but you remain peaceful, like we saw earlier with the chain of beads hanging still in the middle. You no longer push love away out of fear or out of insecurity, but you also do not lose yourself in the feeling of love by getting overly attached to another person or relationship. The cherry blossom that we see on the tree card symbolizes love and new beginnings. So if you allow the angelic guidance that we receive here in this reading to sink into your heart, and if you allow it to take root in your reality, this will be your destination and your outcome, love and a new beginning. The angels already see you as this beautiful cherry tree. The full moon on the card signifies a time of manifestation and harvest for you. Now let's look at some final cards to conclude this reading. I've asked the angels what is special and valuable about your energy and what it is about your presence that will attract deep love towards you. So this is a more personal impression of you with your unique energy and vibration. The first card is called the Merciful One, and it shows that you are already a very heart-centered person. Look at the beautiful green and pink colors of this card, another reference to your beautiful heart chakra. Combined with the Mystic cards, I feel that you have been on a journey to get to know your heart and your true self. You are drawn to the spiritual side of life, and you would not be here listening to this reading if you weren't, of course. You have done the inner work and you have explored many paths of healing, and you have gained wisdom and a higher perspective. With the Page of Pentacles here, you are not afraid to experiment and learn new things about yourself and about life in general. At the same time, the little boy on the card makes me think of your inner child. As a child, you might have had to cope with various negative influences within your family or surroundings as you were growing up. And when you do not understand certain situations as a child, or you do not know how to handle them, you come up with survival habits, routines, and thinking patterns that helps you to get through these times of upheaval. As an adult, you were able to look at these survival patterns with compassion, like we see with the Merciful One cards. And you have chosen to exchange them for something more healthy and wholesome. The woman on the card feels like a mother figure or a protective fairy godmother of some sort, who helps this little inner child to heal, to grow up and to develop into a stable and balanced adult, and to allow at the same time the innocence and playful nature of this child to be restored. The card of the Merciful One speaks of an ending, a release that precedes great change. It indicates moving from one stage to another, because you simply cannot stay the same. So when we look at the second card of the Maiden, we see that something new is being born, because the Maiden is the light of optimism, joy and hope that is born from your darkest moments. The Maiden card tells you that something has lifted from your shoulders, which allows you to shine as your true, beautiful self again, just like we saw earlier with this whole journey towards alignment and the beautiful cherry tree symbolism. We see with the card of the Horned God, which is the Emperor card in a regular tarot deck, that the little boy that we saw earlier on the Page of Pentacles card has grown up, and he now appears in all his glory and confidence. But what is so beautiful is that we also see the card of the Child here again, representing your purity of heart and your connection to your heart. So this confirms what we saw earlier with the first cards and rune at the beginning of this reading. You are able to act from your heart, and a sense of freedom and playfulness has returned to your life. So it is this big transformation that you went through, this journey of healing and maturing, that makes you ready to allow and experience deep love in your life. You will be loved like you have learned to love yourself, with, like I said earlier, true commitment, true intimacy, and a deep trust that allows you to open your beautiful heart and receive love. And there is a balance to it all. You have become like the chain of beads hanging peacefully in the middle. No more idolizing others and getting overly attached only to find yourself to be disappointed and lost in the process and in the relationship. And also no more pushing against the unwanted, which makes you go into the opposite direction of withdrawing your energy and isolating yourself. So the angels are saying that attracting love begins with yourself. Love is not simply here to heal you, complete you, or comfort you. It is a state of being. It is the totality of your life, not an addition to it. It is who you are and not what you need from someone else to feel better. When I ask the angels for one more encouragement for you, they wish for me to tell you that working on your own purity of heart and aligning all of the areas of your life as well as all of your senses will allow love to flow easily to and through you at all times. And as we have come to the end of this reading, I would like to thank you for being here with me. If you are interested in personal angelic guidance, please feel free to visit my website flowingwithangels.com. I'm sending you lots of love and light and many blessings as always. I hope to see you in the next reading. Namaste.